There's a popular expression that what a person doesn't know can't hurt him. We know that this idea is really not, most of the time, it's really not correct. And what we don't know definitely can hurt us. There's a very dramatic example of this in the week's Parsha. The brothers, the sons of Yaakov, the brothers of Yosef, decided to get rid of him. And they sold him into slavery, and he was taken down by slave dealers to Egypt. And then they told their father that what seems to have happened is that a wild animal ripped him to shreds and killed him. And as a result of this news, Yaakov then spent the next 22 years in deep mourning. He was very, very grief-stricken. He suffered greatly from this news. The loss of Yosef was not just the loss of a regular son. Yosef was the son of his old age. Yosef was his star student, his star pupil. And much of what Yaakov had gone through in his whole life was reflected in the natural disposition, the natural build of Yosef. Yosef was very much the continuation of his own father. He was the star student. He was the natural leader of his brothers, even though he was the youngest. And he was seen as the main transmitter of all the Torah of Yaakov. All the Torah Yaakov had learned through the decades of learning would be transmitted specifically through his son Yosef. So the grief was very, very great. Moreover, he had received a sign from the heavens that his success would be shown to be true by the fact that none of his sons would die in his lifetime. It was an omen of his success. It was that none of his children would die in his lifetime. And here he'd just been told that what seems to have happened, that his child is now dead. He has been destroyed, he's been killed, he's been ripped to pieces by animals, devoured by animals, and he is dead. And he suffered in this knowledge for 22 years. Now we know the truth was that Yosef was not dead, and it really was, he had wrong information. He suffered, so it comes out that he suffered for what he didn't know. He didn't know that Yosef is alive and well, and because of what he didn't know, he suffered. This is exactly an example of a person being hurt by what he doesn't know. Had he known the truth, how much better he would have felt, how much more relieved he would have felt. But he didn't know it, and therefore he suffered, he grieved, and it was terrible pain for 22 years. We have to apply this to other areas of the Torah also. If we're going to allow ourselves to be in a situation of not knowing, we're actually hurting ourselves also to a great extent. Our entrance into upper worlds, life beyond life of this physical world, depends on us knowing Torah. Knowing Torah is what allows us to fulfill the Torah. It allows us to live a Torah lifestyle. It allows us to think Torah type thoughts. Moreover, Torah study, Torah knowledge is what enters us, is our ticket. It's our entrance ticket into upper heavenly realms. It's specific, the heavenly realms are spiritual realms. And our thoughts and knowledge is also spiritual. That's our spiritual connection to the upper worlds, is specifically what we know. It's more important what we know than what we do. That's our attitudes, our knowledge, our connection, our relationship with the heavens. Our relationships with Hashem is dependent on knowledge, applied knowledge, connection. The connection is specifically through the Torah and through knowing the Torah. We have to realize very much that what we don't know definitely can hurt us, and we must put in a full effort to make sure that there's nothing of significance that we don't know.